details. But I want to get back to the question you asked, which had to do with the industrial relations aspect of it. And what is a little disturbing as well is that OWT is the major recognized majority union in the company. There are others for different bargaining units. And there's a legal requirement for the company to negotiate in good faith with the recognized majority union.
That's right.
In making changes like this. And from all the posturing, at least that we've been hearing in the public, it does not appear that the union has been intimately involved in the discussions, although Mr. Roger continually says that they signed a memorandum of agreement with the board of Petrotrin, and they set up a committee, a joint committee, and they had 18 months that they were going to start in April of this year to deal with the restructuring of the company into 4 segments. Now that's what I say, it's so confusing.
That plan was like 6 weeks ago. That's just 6 weeks ago. This is a new plan.
Well, you know, and that's the thing. You're supposed to start in April. I don't know if it ever started. And you really have to ask yourself, as I think everybody agrees, something has to be done and something drastic has to be done. Were there other options? And were there options that would cause less pain to the significant numbers of people who are going to be impacted by this decision? It's not just the 1,600 or 2,600 workers, depending on where you look at. Petrotrin has 6,000 pensioners. They have over 5,000 indirect workers attached to the company. They provide medical services for over 20,000 people through the company's medical facilities and so. I mean, you talk about having more detail. I'm hopeful that all that has been discussed and all that has been planned as to how you're going to manage that impact. Because if you don't have all these people contributing to their medical plans and the pension plans, and so I don't know how at-risk pension plans might be. Hopefully those are well enough protected that they're not at risk.
How should workers go from here? What should they do?
Well, and the other option was, or the other question is, were there other options considered? In other words, in lieu of such a drastic reduction in the workforce, were there other alternatives? Were there options for reducing salary, reducing compensation, decreasing cost of labor and the cost of the employees, dealing with the natural attrition? I think a couple of years ago they said that they expected to lose about 900 employees through natural attrition over the next few years. So that's 900. Were there less harmful or less impactful options that could have been considered? I mean, it was strategically important enough for the government to intervene in the CL financial issue.
With the same kind of price tag.
Yeah. So
$24 billion.
Is it that the energy sector and the oil and gas industry in particular is not as important strategically to the country? Is it that other options ought to have been looked at in terms of rescheduling the debt to reduce the debt burden that the company has while trying to turn it around?